Very good morning, participants. We will be sharing you a YouTube live link in the chat box in a couple of minutes. People who find difficult in loading a
Very good
Zoom,
morning, participants.
you can
We will
go
be
on
sharing
live.
you YouTube live.
So I so I repeat, good morning, participants. We'll be sharing you a YouTube live through a chat box, and we will also be sharing in a Telegram group. People who find difficult in loading a Zoom, you can go on live with the YouTube also. So the same thing is synced with the YouTube. We'll be sharing a live link right now. And participants who will be joining through YouTube also need not to worry. You will be getting a participation certificate just to make you alert. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. We'll be starting the session by 9:25 or somewhere 9:30. We are going to unmute the mic as of now so that to avoid the disturbances. And we request all the participants not to host or not to send any greetings in the chat box. So because if anybody is in really in need, the communication may miss. We may miss to read that communications. So we will have all the greetings probably in the starting of this session. Thank you. Thank you for your cooperation.
Kindly play the videos.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Stop sharing, sir. Wait, sir.
Yeah.
We are on live with the YouTube link also. Link has been shared in the chat box for your kind reference. This is the link. We have shared it in chat box also. People who are unable to view in through Zoom, we request you all to participate using, let's say it as a YouTube live. So we see in the participation, lot of participants have joined the YouTube link also. Thank you. So meanwhile, just give me a second.
School of Computer Science and Engineering We have been offered with the options to choose the domains which we are interested in. Being specific about my domain, cloud computing is current trend in the industry.
It offers an eclectic mix of educational as well as co-curricular activities. The facilities provided by the college, such as AC rooms, projectors, and online learning materials on Kraken, help make the learning environment here an ideal one.
The School of Engineering and Technology has a vibrant campus offering a top-notch sports, cultural, and placement facilities. Unlike other engineering courses, our specialization offers us vast hands-on experience and in-depth learning in latest and emerging technologies.
The BTech in Mobile Application Cloud Technology has started in the year 2016. And right now, the candidates who have enrolled in 2016 are in the final year of their engineering. Currently, in the phase one of their placement cycle, we have had around 60% of the candidates placed.
We follow an application-based learning program where projects are encouraged and industry experience is imparted through various workshops and seminars.
School of Computer Science and Engineering have been organized many technical seminars by VMware certified professionals and other industry experts to improve our expertise.
We are provided with the training for certification courses like Amazon Web Services, Google Web Specialist, and Certified Ethical Hacking. The labs are equipped with Apple computers and high-speed LAN connection to ease our practical learning.
The curriculum for mobile application and cloud technology includes the following courses like iOS application development, Android application development, cross-platform app development, and web application development, which every application developer engineer has to know at his fingertips.
With the best faculties and lab experiences curated perfectly with specific outcomes in the field of cloud technology and mobile applications with subjects like Android, mobile architecture, iOS, RDBMS, etc.
Cultural and sports facilities are outstanding. They motivate us to take part and explore the inner talent in us. Infinity is the main techno-cultural fest which invites diverse cultures to have an exposure.
We have a dedicated placement team with the main aim of providing the best opportunities to the students. Many companies such as Capgemini, Infosys, and TCS, and many companies from Japan have visited our campus and picked the best of students.
Being part of cultural club and sports team is always a memorable part of one's life, alongside having expertise in academics.
With the students from different countries, it's always been a wide range of cultural diversity and share of knowledge. We have been accommodated in the hostel provided by the college with 2 and 4 sharing room services. Also, common eating place called the mess with wide variety of food which cater to the students coming from all the states of India and around the globe.
In School of Computer Science and Engineering, we have been offered with the options to choose the domains which we are interested in. Being specific about my domain, cloud computing is current trend in the industry.
It offers an eclectic mix of educational as well as co-curricular activities. The facilities provided by the college, such as AC rooms, projectors, and online learning materials on Kraken, help make the learning environment here an ideal one.
The School of Engineering and Technology has a vibrant campus offering a top-notch sports, cultural, and placement facilities. Unlike other engineering courses, our specialization offers us vast hands-on experience and in-depth learning in latest and emerging technologies.
The BTech in Mobile Application Cloud Technology has started in the year 2016. And right now, the candidates who have enrolled in 2016 are in the final year of their engineering. Currently, in the phase one of their placement cycle, we have had around 60% of the candidates placed.
We follow an application-based learning program where projects are encouraged and industry experience is imparted through various workshops and seminars.
School of Computer Science and Engineering have been organized many technical seminars by VMware certified professionals and other industry experts to improve our expertise.
We are provided with the training for certification courses like Amazon Web Services, Google Web Specialist, and Certified Ethical Hacking. The labs are equipped with Apple computers and high-speed LAN connection to ease our practical learning.
The curriculum for mobile application and cloud technology includes the following courses like iOS application development, Android application development, cross-platform app development, and web application development, which every application developer engineer has to know at his fingertips.
With the best faculties and lab experiences curated perfectly with specific outcomes in the field of cloud technology and mobile applications with subjects like Android, mobile architecture, iOS, RDBMS, etc.
Cultural and sports facilities are outstanding. They motivate us to take part and explore the inner talent in us. Infinity is the main techno-cultural fest which invites diverse cultures to have an exposure.
We have a dedicated placement team with the main aim of providing the best opportunities to the students. Many companies such as Capgemini, Infosys, and TCS, and many companies from Japan have visited our campus and picked the best of students.
Being part of cultural club and sports team is always a memorable part of one's life, alongside having expertise in academics.
With the students from different countries, it's always been a wide range of cultural diversity and share of knowledge. We have been accommodated in the hostel provided by the college with 2 and 4 sharing room services. Also, common eating place called the mess with wide variety of food which cater to the students coming from all the states of India and around the globe.
Thank you, participants. We have shared the YouTube link in the chat box. You can view YouTube link also via chat box. You can join us live using the YouTube link, and we request all the participants to restrict yourself in sharing greetings, since there are a couple of instructions which we'll be sharing. Because of the greetings, you may miss that also. We'll be going live in another 5 to 10 minutes. Hope you find the session interesting. We are looking for the good collaborations for today. Thank you. We repeat the instructions. Good morning, everyone. Welcome for today's session. We'll be going live in another few minutes, or we'll be starting the session in another few minutes. Thank you for your participations. Just give us some time, probably within another 5 minutes, we'll be starting our session. Thank you. Very good morning, everyone. Hope my voice is clear. Can someone drop me in a chat box? And the participants who have joined using a Zoom, you need not to go for a YouTube now. You can join, you can continue your session in the Zoom itself. We'll be sharing the YouTube link probably in the Telegram group. People who are not able to join in the Zoom, they can go ahead with the YouTube link. So participants, whoever is joining, whoever have joined already in the Zoom, you need not to go back to the YouTube. All right. Thank you. Thank you for your quick response in the chat box. Hope my voice is clear. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Sir, HOD sir,
Yes, sir.
shall we start, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Vivek sir, you can
Yes,
start,
sir. We'll be starting.
Yes.
A very good morning to all learner professors and research scholars here. And we'll be starting session now. Today, joining us as a panel of members, we have here Dr. Narayan Swamy R, who is head of the Department for Computer Science Engineering, School of Computer Science and Engineering. We also have Dr. Saravanan, who is a professor in Computer Science Engineering. With Dr. Kumar Swamy joining us, Professor Computer Science. Dr. Saravanan and Dr. Kumaraswamy are with respect to area of data mining and web semantics. We have Professor Deepa TP ma'am joining us, who is expert in image processing. We have Dr. Sindhu Madri, who is joining us. She is also expert in image processing. We have Professor Mahesh TR joining us, who is expert in database technologies. All right. So myself, Vivek, host for today, or let's say your MC for today. We're going to start the session now. I warmly welcome all the participants. I request Dr. Narayan Swamy sir to give a warm welcome to the participants and so that we can start the session. Over to Dr. Narayan Swamy sir. Sir.
Yeah, welcome to all the participants. On behalf of Jain DBTB University, School of Computer Science and Engineering, Department of Computer Science Engineering, I take great pride in welcoming entire research community for today's national level webinar on Kickstart Your Research Work. I would like to thank our management, who is backbone and who is supporting the entire activities. And I would also like to thank our beloved director, Dr. Hari Prasad sir, Also, I'd like to thank our Dean, School of Computer Science Engineering, Dr. Kuldeep Sharma, who have been supporting us and encouraging us for conduction of such programs. We are also looking for an excellent webinar. We have received around 4,000 registrations all over India. This will be a great session for today. And I congratulate each and everyone who is participating today, being a Saturday, and taking active participation. And I also wish each and everyone a great success and all the best for future endeavors. Thank you for your participation and attention.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Swami sir, for that warm welcome. I request now Dr. Saravanan sir to introduce about the department, to just give insights about the department activities. Over to Saravanan sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I welcome you all for the one-day webinar on Start Your Research Work. I'd like to give a glimpse on Department of Computer Science and Engineering. So first is the vision of our department to emerge as a model center for education and research in the area of computer science and engineering through knowledge acquisition, dissemination, and generation to meet social demands. So we are looking forward to become a model center in a research area. And to accomplish the vision, we have framed missions like we have framed like 4 parts of mission. And first one is that to impart the quality education in cutting edge technologies, or like kind of new age technologies, by forming a new or a unique pedagogy in computer science and engineering field. And the second part is that to establish a center of excellence in collaboration with industries, research laboratories, and other agencies to meet changing needs of society. So in addition to that, we have framed several laboratories established or associated with some research laboratories to accomplish this task. And next mission is that to provide an environment conducive to develop innovation, team spirit, and entrepreneurship. So we are providing a smooth environment so that students or research community will come up with a new idea, and also we are inculcating entrepreneurial skills so that they can come out with as a entrepreneur. And last part of the mission is to practice and promote high standards of professional ethics and transparency. So once they come out of the program, or they should follow some moral values or moral ethics in the society. And we are offering 3 programs under Department of Computer Science and Engineering. First is Doctorate of Philosophy in Computer Science and Engineering, and post-graduation program, which is Computer Science and Engineering, and undergraduation program, Computer Science and Engineering. So in order to achieve the social or meet the industrial needs, we have identified 4 thrust areas in our computer science domain. The first domain is data engineering, which is headed by Dr. Narayanaswamy Ramaiah, Professor, Department of CSE. And also we have identified another thrust area called network technology, which is headed by Dr. Vigneshwaran, Professor, Department of CSE. And in the thrust area intelligence system, which is headed by Dr. Ganapathy Panda, a visiting professor from Department of CSE. And also we have another domain called software engineering, which is headed by Dr. Jayanti Kannan, Professor, Department of CSE. And we are sure that students who are coming out from the degree or coming out of the program, they will be familiar in any one of these technologies, which will be hopeful they'll be useful for their industrial needs. And we are mainly focusing on project-based learning. So in order to achieve this project-based learning, we have established several laboratories in our department. So these are some of the laboratories I have listed out. And first is the database laboratory, which is associated with Oracle Corporation. where all the database related simulations or research works comes under this database laboratory. And we have an exclusive application development laboratory, which is associated with the Apple Incorporation, where we are developing iOS application, which is exclusive for Mac OS or Mac OS based mobile operating system. And we have an exclusive high performance computing laboratory, which is enabled with NVIDIA GPU, where we are working on real-time simulations, or you want to work in a high performance network area. All the research works are working under this high performance computing laboratory. And we have an open source computing laboratory, where all the kind of Hadoop, all the infrastructure which is required for big data analytics are coming under this laboratory. And in parallel with, we are working on artificial intelligence and machine learning. And we have an exclusive laboratory, another laboratory as a Cisco Network Academy, which is a laboratory which is associated with Cisco Networking Company, where the students or research community faculties are involving themselves in this program, where they are awarded with certified as a network engineer under the Cisco company. And we have embedded system laboratory or Internet of Things laboratory. And we also exclusively an Linux laboratory, which is associated with Red Hat Academy, and some of the other basic laboratories like software engineering laboratory, project laboratory, and which is research laboratory, which is exclusive for research people's research community or the research scholars, and finally the programming laboratory. And finally, we are concluding with the research analysis. So this chart clearly shows how far we are in the research. This chart shows the publications of undergraduate, postgraduate, and research scholars as well as the faculty. And in the current academic year, number of 45 publication has been published by the research scholars as well as the faculty. So here, and in addition to that, we are concentrating on the UG students as well, where students who are doing the final year projects, or they will come out with a good publication in a reputed journals. All the journals which are also indexed in SCA as well as Scopus. Thank you for your listening this introduction about the Computer Science and Engineering Department. And I also extend my thank to our management, Director Sir, Dean Sir, and HOD, all the faculties, are giving this opportunity to learn a new to start a research in this field. Thank you. Over to you, Vivek sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your, let's say, insights about the department. Moving ahead, or let's say kicking start with today's session, we have Dr. Kumaraswamy, who is working as an associate professor in the Department of Computer Science Engineering. He has completed his BTech in 2003, and he has completed his master's in 2005. Completing his PhD in 2014 in the area of data mining, he has got total experience of 15 years in the field of computer science engineering. Presently, he is guiding 4 research scholars under Anna University, Chennai, and 5 research scholars from Jain University, Bangalore. He has also guided many students with respect to UG and PG projects. He has completed 2 consultancy projects from, let's say, focusing on mobile applications and portal for handicapped persons. He has organized many events like seminars, workshops, conferences, FTPs, and video conference. He has also received an award of India Book of Records for organizing a workshop on mobile application development for around 1,000+ students to create many Android applications within 12 hours. And he has got a prestigious IRDP award in 2019, that is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Lifetime Achievement National Award for the outstanding excellence and remarkable achievements in the field of teaching, research, and publications. He has attended many events. He has been playing a key role in signing MOUs with many industries across the departments. He is also a member of ISTE and various professional member bodies, and published many journals in a Scopus, or let's say UGC or SCI or Web of Science publications. Without wasting much time, I request Dr. Kumaraswamy sir to take over the session and start the first session for today. over to you, Dr. Kumaraswamy, sir. Just give us a minute. Dr. Kumaraswamy, sir, is setting his screen so that participants can be viewed. And in meanwhile, I request participants, any QAs or any questions, please drop us in a QA section. We have panel members answering your QAs parallelly. And I encourage all the participants, if any particular specific QAs, to hold on till the session end of the session. Dr. Kumaraswamy sir will address all the QAs. Thank you. And in meanwhile, there are queries from the participants. Do we need to continue in Zoom or YouTube? Participants who have already joined using a Zoom application, you need not to go to the YouTube now. YouTube link is for the participants who are not able to join in the Zoom application. Thank you.
Vivek, sir, can you able to see my screen, sir?
Yes, sir. We are able to see your screen, sir.
Sir, can you able to see my screen, sir?
Yes.
Hello. Yes, sir. So very good morning to one and all. So very good morning to all for one day webinar on Kickstart Your Research Work. So I welcome all professors, research scholars, and those who are doing research and full-time scholar, part-time scholar. I welcome you once again. Before going to start, I want to thank our management to give me an opportunity to mega So research is what is meant by research? Research is nothing but transform your knowledge. So your knowledge may be transformed in different levels. Just a minute. Oh, sir. Okay, sir. Just a minute. Okay, sir. Wait, sir. Now it's okay. Voice.
Yes, sir.
Wait, sir. Okay, thank you. So nowadays, every one of you looking for research. So the research is nothing but transform your knowledge. We have so much of knowledge to transform to outside world. That is where the research is going to start. So this outline of my session, why we need to do research and how to start our research journey and need for literature review and elements in literature review and literature format and conference and journal paper comparisons and research article publication types and types of journal. Finally, how to apply our research paper into various journals. So just now we discussed about research. Research is nothing but transform your knowledge to outside world. So how to transform your knowledge? That's where we are going to discuss today. So we have so much outside world interaction. Another important thing, so the definition for research, everyone knows research. So research is nothing but keep on search in the particular things until you reach our destination or our ideas. So that is the basic definition of research. Keep on searching until you reach your final destination or publish your research work to outside world. So why we need to do research? So there are so many definitions. So today's sessions mainly for research and those who are doing research. So this session is very full for your knowledge. So I am not going to teach you to follow my own instructions, my own methodology. There are different variety of methodology research work. So this is my own experience I am sharing. So why we need to do research? Of course, this is a mandatory to do for our career growth. And another important thing is deeper understanding of several scientific topics. For example, if a person wants to do research in machine learning, you should expose your knowledge to outside world interaction through your research contribution. And another thing, getting clear idea about subject knowledge, what your interest. And the mainly research is tool for building, enhancing your knowledge to cope up with your careers. Another important thing is understand the society issues and increase public awareness about the particular research area. And fifth one is see to love reading, writing, analyzing, and sharing valuable information to the society. Until you start the research journey, we don't have an option to do all those things. Reading, writing, everything is possible through day-to-day class process. What about analyzing and sharing? So this is where research is going to play a major role. We have an option to explore our idea through research community. So research is to transform our action to prove a theory and contribute to developing knowledge in the field or study. Our next thing is working in a scientific way to search for truth of any problem for the betterment of our society needs. And getting funding from research agency. Nowadays, funding agencies, they are looking for only doctorate holders. If the person who is having a very good knowledge about the particular area, definitely the chances for getting the fund from the funding agency. And finally, career growth. Ultimately, if you do all those things, definitely you will get a very good career growth in terms of financially as well as knowledge wise. So these are all the major need why we want to do research. So nowadays, every people are looking for research. Once you complete the PG, they're looking for research. After doing research also, there are so many possibilities to do research. Now, coming to our main agenda. So how to start the research? So every people, they have a own methodology to start the research work. So I am guiding nearly around 9 PhD scholars. So apart from my scholars, there are so many students, they are asking me, sir, tell me the research topic. And also they don't know about the background of their own studies. So I am giving you the clue how to start your research journey. So first important thing is identify your own area of interest. So first important thing is identify your strength and weakness of your knowledgeable voice. Identify your area of interest. Based on the area of interest, you need to find the current challenges and issues in our society. Based on the issues, to find the related article in the following sources like IEEE transactions, IET, Springer, Elsevier, Taylor and Francis, and Wiley. So these are all the major sources we can get some of the articles. After getting the articles, we need to download 20 to 30 articles from the above sources and conclusion for their papers. And we need to pick only 10 papers related to your own area of interest. That is very, very important. Based on your own area of interest, you need to start the research. This is my own experience, I'm telling. After that, find the conclusion from the selected papers. There will be a future what and scope of improvement. As a researcher, you need to go through these important points: conclusion, future work, and scope for improvement. Select those points and search again in the particular transaction, IEEE transaction, IET, Springer, Elsevier, deeper into the particular area or issues. From that, identify the problem statement and objective of your research work. So before moving forward, these are all the important steps. First, we need to identify your own area, select the current challenges and issues. Then you can focus all the areas. Then you need to download 20 to 30 and you need to study from this paper, conclusion, future work. Then finally, you need statement and objective of your research work. Then how to proceed the literature work. So
Dear participants, sorry for that, let's say it as a technical problem. We'll just give us a 2 minutes time. I request Professor Deepa Madam to take the session. We'll rectify with Kumaraswamy sir, and we'll re-enable the session with Kumaraswamy sir in a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. So this is Deepa from Computer Science Department. So I'll be like discussing on how to make your research visible and from where to start. Now, the first thing, it's very important that whenever, say, you have to start doing your PhD or you have to get into research, the very first question comes into your mind is which area, right? So in which area I have to do the research work, what should be my problem statement. So these are the few questions, and most of the people will be stuck at this point, and they take lots of time to say finalize their research area and research topic, right? So now one thing, with my own experience, I would say one way to get into the decision about the topic or the research area is you need to talk to people. The first thing is your network. So your research network is very very important. So how well you connect with the other researchers, and how well you discuss with them, so that will help you to fine tune your research area and your research topic. So today I'm going to say introduce you one such platform. Some of you might have already using this platform to get connected with the researchers. So that is nothing but a research gate. So research gate is a it's like a Facebook, or like how you connect with your friends and relatives and your colleagues in the Facebook, right? Same way you have a social network for the researchers, and it is called as research gate. Okay, so to start with ResearchGate, you have to go to an URL, researchgate.net. So here is a place where all the researchers throughout the world meet under same roof, and they'll be sharing their work, and they'll be asking lots of questions. You can answer, you can go through the others' work, and you'll come to know what is current trends in your specific area. And it's a easy platform to talk to worldwide researchers in your particular area. Not only your area, you can connect to any other areas researchers using this platform. So I'll be showing some of the benefits, other benefits, and how to access the people's say work, and how to get in touch with others, and how you can make use of it in your research. Okay, so first go to the link researchgate.net, and you have to log in. You have to create an account. Here you can give your Gmail ID, whichever you have, and you can create an account in this website. So logging to the ResearchGate, I'm not going to show you that registration part. I know most of you are aware of it. So I'll just directly get into my ResearchGate account using the mail ID. So here you have a login. So click on the login. So the first time users, you have to click on join for free and fill the small application form where you have to give your name and your email ID and the password. You'll get an activation link to your email ID. Just click on that and activate your account. After that, come back to the page and go to the login. So a combination of LinkedIn and ResearchGate is a very good platform to connect with the researchers. the researchers and also the industry professionals too, okay, to get the wide range of knowledge in your area. So you can also connect your LinkedIn profile to the ResearchGate. All you have to do is you have to log in into ResearchGate using a LinkedIn credentials. Then you will be connecting both the network. Okay, so I'm going to use my login ID. I'll just change this. Yeah. So once you log in, you'll go to a dashboard. So researchers, basically we should understand it's not a right way to do a research sitting in a corner, okay, without discussing anything to anyone. That's not an healthy research. So if your research should have a broader perspective and an insight, then you have to talk to many people, discuss with your ideas and get their inputs. Of course, you should know the extent to which you have to discuss about your problem statement, okay, to the other researcher. But research should happen by discussing with other researchers and other experts, so that many of the time when you're stuck with it, you'll get a solution when you discuss with the people. So this is a platform where you can openly discuss about your research problem within the ethical limits, and they make sure that your ideas is not just taken away like that, or your materials what you are going to upload here is not just taken away like that. Okay, so this is a very ethical platform for researchers. So once you log in, you'll get a dashboard or a home feed here. So here you can see what other researchers have posted. So in your networks, just like how you add friends in your Facebook, right, and they'll be posting, and those posts comes to your home feed. So in the same way here also, so when you have a followers or you are following somebody, so when they post, their work will be on your home feed. Okay, so here on the home feed you can see. So if you want to follow a specific article, say it is of your interest in your area, you can click on the follow. Or if you want to recommend this article, say to your network, to your followers, then you can click on the recommend. So you're recommending or you're following the work of other authors, okay, so that way. So if you have to upload your work, then you have a button here, click on add new button. So here it will take you, you can manually add the details of your papers or books you have published, or say the technical report, or a data set you have constructed. So anything you can publish in this particular platform. Okay, so it is not only the paper, even a technical reports you can publish in this platform. So clicking on add new. see it. Yeah, now you can see the list of say articles you can publish. We have a variety of article options here. Say it can be a published research. If you have already published a journal or a paper in some conference or say journals, you can add those details here, and it can be a preprint. Suppose you can even get a review on your paper here. You can add a reviewers and get a review on a paper, so that review can be a preprint, can be presented, or it can be published here. And conference paper, and if you have a your own PowerPoint presentation, so that can also be published here. And if you have a poster that can be presented here. Okay, so it's not just limited to the journal. You can say publish any kind of articles here, not limited to your conference and a journal paper. Okay, so here is a list of things which you can say publish in ResearchGate. Even you can publish the data, or if you have any just a small code you have implemented, or any small methods you have implemented on your own. Okay, those things can be published here, and the proposals if you have written, or which is accepted, and if you would like to share that to the others, then you can publish that here. And you can also start a project. So here there will be a project discussion. Say for example, you have started a project on a COVID research, and you want other researchers to join here in your project and give their review or the comments or their inputs. So then you can start a project, and then post it, you can share it, so that other researcher will follow your project, and they'll be giving their inputs, or some researchers might be using your project output. Okay, so these are the activities you can involve through the research gate. So I'll just show for the published research. Say for in the under the published research, you can include an article, a technical article, or a book chapter, or a code, say, or even a cover page of a book, or say proceedings which you are involved, or even experiment findings, or if you have got a negative results or an error, and that is a significant one, that also you can publish. And you can publish your patent here. You cannot apply for the patent, already approved patent you can publish here. and raw data you can publish. Say you have collected a data which is not available on any other platform, and if you want to share your data, then you can publish raw data. Okay, you can publish your thesis here. Okay, so these are the different research findings and research outputs you can publish in the ResearchGate. And this is a platform where you get an quick visibility to your work. So I'll just show you how to add the article. Same way you can provide your details for other entities also. Okay, so here you can add the file as a public, or you can add as a private. So the difference is public, anybody without your permission can access to your file. Now when you're shared file as a private, only the title of the file will be the topic will be shared to the others, okay, to your followers. So if they want a file, they need to ask your permission. They'll send a request. Okay, there is a button request for the file. So there will be a when they click on that, request comes to you, and if you want to share a file, you can click on say approve, or you can even reject the request. Okay, so if you feel you have a very significant data and you have to give it only for a specific users of ResearchGate, then you go for the private file. And if you say it's a generic data, anybody can access to that, then you can go for the public file. So I'll create a public file. I'll select that. So that's how the privacy of your data is ensured here. For all the entities, you have these two options, whether you can make your work private or say public. So now I'll be just adding one paper. So I'm selecting an PDF file. So I'm adding a PDF file. Here there is no like auto, retrieval of data from your PDF file like you have in other tools. You have to manually enter certain details for each and every article you are going to publish. It's not like you enter a PDF and certain fields will take automatically. It's not like that. So some of the fields you have to enter. See, the title and authors are taken and DOI is taken. Okay, so sometimes the DOI is not available, then you have to manually enter it, and date you have to manually enter it. Okay, so now you can click into continue. So all the papers which you want to publish, so you can say, yeah, you can add research to your profile when you are the author, right? So I was trying to add somebody else paper. Okay, so it will not allow. You should be one of the author according to your profile name, then only you can add a paper into your account. Okay, so this is another level of security ResearchGate is providing, say, to avoid impersonification, like somebody else work in somebody else name. It's not possible to publish in the say ResearchGate. Okay, so you have to publish your own say PDF or your own paper. So next, going back to the I already have say few things added here. So same way, same procedure, you can add other entities also here, like book, chapter, okay, which you are associated with. You should be one of the author in that published entity, then you can add into your account. Okay, so you don't have to be in a doubt that what if I publicly upload a file and somebody is taking that research paper in their name, because after all it's a social network, right? So you don't have to worry about that. You are allowed to you or anybody is allowed to upload the articles or the research findings only if they are part of it. Okay, so now coming to the profile part. So here we have say notification. If anybody has sent you messages or any stats, okay, you'll get a notification here in the notification column, just like how you get a notification in the Facebook. Or if you have got any messages, so here it will be highlighted. So some researchers, they'll be sending their queries or their answers through the message. Here you can view that, and somebody will be asking you the questions, then you can find here in the question icon. So now coming to the questions part. Okay, so click on this question. So this is a very useful feature of ResearchGate, where you can see the question posted by other researchers. Okay, so if you are an expert in an area, you can try answering to those questions, or you can just go through the answers which you can give, so that by answering to the questions, you can learn lot of things. So here you can ask a question. Suppose if you are stuck with your research work, you can ask a question and the other researchers will be answering. Now there is something called as an RG score, ResearchGate score. So depending on the number of questions you are answering, your score will be increasing. Okay, so that will RG score will give you how well you are involved with the researcher, how active you are on the ResearchGate. Okay, so nowadays in most of the places, even RG score is considered as an valid measure to see how you are active in the research. Yeah, it's loading. Yeah. So here you can see the questions say we think you can answer. So now whenever you are creating a new account, or say for the first time in ResearchGate, you will be asked for your areas, your research areas. Say for example, if your expertise or skills, or if your areas you have given as a networking, image processing, signal processing, okay, on machine learning, or say you are into polymer research, right? You have to give your areas there. So depending on that, you will be given a suggestions about the questions, right? Suppose if you have entered, you are interested in COVID research, or polymer science, or your research area is in nanotechnology. So other researchers, those who have posed the question in this area, will come to your feed. So here you can see, for example, say researcher Dr. Uma Shankar has given a question. Where can I buy GPU for purpose of COVID image and data processing with deep learning? So if you have any answer, if you want to share, then you click on the answer, and then it will go to their feed. And if you want to recommend this question to your followers, okay, if you know there are experts who can answer this question in your network, so you can say click on the recommend, so that your followers can also see the question. Or if you want to follow, if the same question is of your interest, you can follow that. So that way you will be getting a notification whenever somebody is answering to this question. Okay, so or you can also upvote the answers given by the say other researchers. So here you can see one answer is given. If you click on that, you can view what answer given by the that particular researcher, and you can upvote. If you like that answer, or if you feel that answer is true or correct, you can upvote that. So all these activities will contribute towards the RG score. It is just like how we are taking an citation H index, citation index. So nowadays, so some of the places they are looking for RG score also. Okay, so all each and every activity you are performing on the research gate will contribute towards the RG score. Now, say if you want to add ask any question, you can click on ask technical question, or if you want to start a discussion, say for one particular group of people, then you can click on start a discussion. Yeah, meanwhile it is loading, I would like to take a question. If you have any question, you can post it in the chat box. Yeah, there's a question. Why do we need to post our article on this site? Because the visibility. Okay, see, the one way is the people search for your article or your work in the Google, right? Only when the specific requirement. Suppose if I want a paper on a machine learning, then only in that case I'll be say searching for the article. But whereas this is a quick way of reaching to the people, okay, worldwide. So you, when you post it, you know, the people will get a notification, and that will give you the very quick visibility. And one more thing, researchgate also provides a citation. So I know as a researchers, you know how important a citation for our papers, right? Like Google Scholar will provide you the citation. So same way researchgate also helps you to get the citation to your articles. So that's why it's very important, or it is helpful if you are posting your article in this particular say platform. So in order to register in ResearchGate, college mail ID is asking, then what we have to do? Okay, so whenever, see, please register using Gmail ID, because in some of the university mail IDs, the ResearchGate, that option is not given. Okay, so for the first time when you're registering, register with the Gmail ID. As an alternate email ID, you can give your university ID or your official ID. So how we narrow the topic like image steganography? So just post a question related to that, so it will narrow down. Or you can search for just in the search box you can give as image steganography, or even a specific, say if you have to go for an registration in the steganography, you just give a image registration in a steganography, or say the combining or encoding the image. So you can give all you have to do is just select a proper write a search pattern. So that's how you can narrow down the topic. So yes, I'm not yet completed my PhD coursework. So can I also register myself in a ResearchGate? See, ResearchGate is for everyone. Okay, so even our students, even a BTech students, or say even a school students who want to get into the research, they can go for an account in the ResearchGate. So provided maybe a age limit is there, you have to look into that. So anybody can register in this platform and make use of it. It is not that you have to register to PhD and then only you have to get into ResearchGate. It's not like that. It's not necessary that you have to be part of any institution. There is an option called as an independent researcher. There is an option called as an academician. There is an option called as a student. So you can be in any one of these group and get into the ResearchGate. So is there any reviewer for our article on this site? Yes. So there is a new option added. So you can invite people or an experts to review your paper before you submit to the journal. Okay, so that's what our preprints are. So you can get a peer review on this platform. So any more questions, you can put it in the chat box. So coming back to here, whatever question you want to ask, you just enter here, enter the question. So what is the status of current COVID-19 research? So this is a question I want to post. So I will give that here. And here description, if any further explanation is required, say on the question which you are asking, so you can give that details in the description box, right? Even you can upload images if you want to give any block diagram, or so any algorithms, or any of your design you want to ask a questions on, you can even add those images here. Okay, so yeah, once your question is ready, click on add. So you can even upload an additional files related to this particular question by clicking on add files and upload, and that will go to the questions and it will be automatically visible to your follower. And if you make the questions are public, it's not that only your followers can see, even anybody on the ResearchGate can see these questions. So coming back to the to your questions, do we get certified when our articles are posted on this? See, there is no certificates or as such provided, but it's a visibility. Of course, it provides the citations. Okay, so citations is like, even in this platform, the other researcher can use your say contribution, can use your paper, and they will be mentioning the details of your paper in the reference section of their paper, right? And they'll be citing your paper in their work. So the citation count will be added to your say paper. So there is no specific certificate as such given to your work published here. Yes, so it is possible to log in, only Gmail is sufficient. Yes, Gmail is sufficient to log in. You don't need any specific organization mail ID to get into this. So difference between paid journal and APC. So I think we have less time to cover. That's again another 1 hour session on paid journal and index journal. So all I suggest is always go for an index journals like the papers or journals where it will be the journals will be stored in the database of Scopus or Elsevier. So go for this kind of journal. Of course, there are some paid journals which is indexed in Scopus also. Okay, so it is up to the researcher to choose, right? But more reputation will be there when you are going for an index journal. So quality assurance of research papers. So it depends on where you are going to publish the journal, the reputation of the journal. Now, as I mentioned, your journal is say should be in a Scopus index, or it should be in IEEE transactions, or say it should be in a Elsevier, Springer. So these are all authorized and quality assured. The platforms where your work will be with the safe hands, and they make sure a quality. So without quality, they are not going to index in their database. So this is one of the quality assurance metrics. And the second one is the citations. Okay, so if it is a quality research, then the more people would like to use it and refer it in their work, right? So if more number of citations you are getting for a paper, then it's an evident that that particular paper is a quality paper. Okay, so these are some of the quality assurance you can rely on.
Deepa madam, sorry to interrupt you.
Yes, sir.
We have some queries from the YouTube participants.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask you those queries so that the participants will get to know or will listen the response?
Yeah, yes, sir. You can just message it. That will be easy for me.
Yeah. So the first query from the YouTube is, how is ResearchGate dealing with copyright issues when posting our papers?
So as you saw, whenever the first time when I tried to upload the PDF file of somebody else's paper, it was not allowing for me. That's the first thing. Okay, so that comes, it is ensuring the copyright issues. I cannot simply take somebody else paper and upload in the first case. Or say some of the researchers are simply taking your paper, right, and then they are copy and pasting it directly in their article without going for citation. So we have many other platform, right, to identify that. ResearchGate is not the only platform, because whenever you publish in a journal, they will be uploading your content in the Google Scholar, in PubMed, right, in lots of databases, right? So if any copyright is violated, so obviously it is visible in other platforms also. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. There is one more query. Will the ResearchGate increase our citation?
Yes, definitely it will increase your citations. So I have got citations through ResearchGate. I have experience on my own. Yes, it will give more visibility. Google Scholar may take some time to update your citations or for visibility, but here on ResearchGate you will get a quick citations.
That's it as of now, ma'am. Thank you. You can continue, ma'am.
So this is about questionnaire. So I'll coming to the another one is jobs. So here you can see there are postings about research oriented jobs. So here you can look for a job and you can apply from here directly. But all you have to do is you have to build your profile nicely. Okay, so you have to add all the details in your profile, just like how in LinkedIn you can apply directly. Same way here also you can apply for jobs mostly related to the academics, and research oriented jobs are posted here. So next question, what are the benefits of a published paper for co-author? Can co-author publish paper on ResearchGate? See, whenever yes, you can connect all the authors. Just you have to tell your co-authors to open an account in the ResearchGate. So when you are adding your article, you can add your co-authors too. So that way your visibility and their visibility will also be increased. So you can include any number of co-authors. So coming back, here is a job search. So here you can see there the jobs listed out with respect to your area, what you have mentioned. So carefully mention the areas when you are opening the account. Okay. So as per that, you will get a job suggestion here. So you can view for more details, or you can just view and read out the details, and you can apply for jobs here. So if you want to see your Raji score, so click on this icon or power G. So it will take you to the Raji score, where you can keep track of your Raji score content. Yeah, membership is completely free. You don't have to pay for any of the services on the ResearchGate. It is completely free. So for those who are finding difficulty when ResearchGate is asking for the institution sign up, somewhere there is an option called a skip. You can skip that option, and you can ignore giving your institution ID also. Yeah. So one last important feature of ResearchGate account. Okay, next question. Can I publish my work here before it gets published in journals? Please don't already published. But if you have to get a review on a particular paper, then only you publish it, but only for the specific reviewers, not as a public file. Okay, so don't publish before it gets published in the journal, right? Only for review, but whenever you are submitting it for review, you have a different privacy settings. So with that, you can publish. Okay, so I recommend all public files should be your already published work. Yeah. So here you can see the overview. See here you can see next to my photo there is a number that is 10.77. So this is a RG score. Okay, so this is a RG score. What you get, and see my main area of interest I have given as medical image processing, so I get a related stuffs on the home feed or related questions and related job. So here on the overview page you can see I have given other additional skills also, so that I can view. This is my data what I have given. So you can see the stats overview. So this is very important for us. So total research interest, okay, 69.5. So again, depending on the individual activity or in a specific area of research, so what the activities are involved, okay, according to that this rating will be given 69.5. And 43 recommendations. So other researchers have recommended around 43 articles for me. And see, this is a citation. So somebody asked a question, can I get a citation in the ResearchGate? Now you can see I've got 12 citations from ResearchGate. Okay, so see, you can even get a citations for your technical report also. So that's the difference between the other platform and this. Okay, so whenever you publish a paper, it will be a research article, right? So if you have any other generic article or technical reports, if you have a data sets, and if somebody is using the data set, then also they will cite it. Okay, so that also counts or contributes to your citations on the ResearchGate. So this is another advantage. And reads is how many people have read the article which I have posted, right? So there are around 29,993 people have read, okay, my work which I have posted in the ResearchGate. So all these stats will contribute towards the RG score, and it will say how active you are in the research. And here, so in the research overview, how many items say you have published. Now for example, I have published total 47 research items. So this 47 includes a book chapter or a data or say paper, conference papers or journal papers, anything. Altogether, say there are around 47 research items. And there are two projects which I have initiated, the discussion I have initiated, and 13 questions I have answered for the other researchers, and 76 questions I have answered for other researchers. Okay, so these are the stats you can see, and this shows your involvement. Say whenever you add a new project, say here the projects will be listed out. So whenever I get a new results and I want to update, I'll be click on add update and I'll be adding the results, new results of this project. So whenever I get a new results and I want to update, I'll be click on add update and I'll be adding the new results of this project, so that it will help for the further discussion. Okay, so this is important. Now when I click on this citation, so because as a researcher our main concentration is on the citations, right? So that will help you to measure your research performance. Okay, meanwhile it loaded, I'll take the question. So please send the PPT. Sorry, this is not PPT, this is a live demo I am giving. So I can't share the PPT. How to extract locked citations or research paper? You have to send a message to the researchers. You have an option request for a article or request for a paper. Then you can send a message to them, and they will send you the locked citations. there. So click on that. Message will go to that particular author, and they will be, if they like, they want to share that work, so they'll be sending you the more details. What is the area in which we have more future scope? Why didn't you post this question in the research gate? Hope so you'll get the answer. So is there any process how we create interest in research work? So is it for your interest towards a research or others interest towards your research? If it is others interest towards your research, use a platform like this. So if your interest towards research, then talk to an expert, so you'll get inspired. So here you can see, say the citations. If I click on this view, I'll even come to know the authors and the papers in which the paper, the papers are cited. Okay. So what is citation? It is a score or it is a number which will be given to you depending on how many people are using your research work. Okay. So that is called as a citation. It will give you an idea about how many people are using your say paper or your research work or your content. So that is called as a citation. So if you click on view, you can see the list of authors and even their papers in which your say papers are cited. So add your articles. So you can post a question, answer a question. So increase your RG score. It's very fun to see increasing the your RG score. It's very fun to see increasing the your RG score. And you can help to get the citations and then you can search for the jobs. Okay.